Okay, now we'll talk about how to start and shut down the generator, and it could be started cold. There's a difference between a cold start and a warm start. For a cold start, this red lever needs to be moved all the way to the left to the choke position. This black lever, which is the throttle, should be 3/4, if not all the way to your left. This red switch should be in the on or on position. And this should start on the first tug. Notice when I started it, I moved this red lever from the choke position, where it was kind of running a little funny there for a second, over to the run position. So that's going to be important. All this is done while those yellow plugs are still plugged in. This throttle mechanism here, by keeping it all the way to the left, you're effectively feeding this cable with 5,000 watts worth of power. Anything less than that, and you're feeding the cable with less power. Now, if you're going to be operating things in the house that are not going to require a full 5,000 watt capacity, you could consider sliding this over to the right to save on gas and noise, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would try to go as close to full throttle as possible.
Can you tell us what kind of generator this is again?
This is a Coleman generator. It's got a Briggs & Stratton engine, and hats off to Briggs & Stratton. This thing ran from 11 o'clock in the evening on August 27th until 3 o'clock in the afternoon on September 1st.
So 5 days.
With about 1 hour of downtime. So I suspect that this thing should keep going. I've seen Briggs & Stratton engines that have lasted a very long time. Alrighty, now, if you want to shut down the generator after it's been running for 8 or 9 hours, and this is important, here's what I would recommend. You go into the basement and you take your transfer box and you shut all the switches off that are powered by the generator. You then come outside, and assuming that this is running right now, you slide this black lever off to the right to keep it at the lowest throttle, and you wait about 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, in order for the engine to run at a lower steady rate, as opposed to running it at the high throttle rate that we had earlier. We had made a mistake and just shut it down without throttling it during the storm and had trouble restarting. So that was a lesson learned. Again, throttle down, wait 3 minutes, and then shut it off. On a warm restart, what you want to do is, you don't necessarily want to have this red lever in the choke position if the thing has been running for a while. You might want to keep it somewhere between run and 1 click to the left. The black lever here could be all the way to the right, if not 1 off. Again, I'm talking about restarting this thing after it's been running for a while. And then, of course, you flip the red switch off into the start position, and you pull the handle, and you should be all set with regard to starting it on a warm start. Now, a couple other things I wanted to point out that are not necessarily tied to the operation of the generator. Across the yard here, you'll see I have this big, long, black corrugated pipe that leads to the street, and it connects up to the output of my sump. This black corrugated pipe is kept in the shed. I intend on cutting its length. This is all Home Depot had when I went out to buy this. And I want to show you how it connects up and where it connects up to on the side of my house. So why don't we take a little bit of a walk here.